Hey guys, in this video we'll do a quick review of the Kmart 80 amp hour AGM. I'll do a capacity check and we'll also take a look at the $59 Kmart battery box. I was there a few weeks ago looking through the camping stuff, came across an AGM to my surprise on the shelf. They sell them for $150, which works out to be around $1.87 per amp hour. A lot cheaper than a lot of the other batteries that I see in shops up here in North Queensland. Most of them are well over $2 per amp hour. So bargain. Kmart have a good return policy. Take that thing back, they'll give you a refund or a new one off the shelf. No problem. They also come with a 12-month warranty. So yeah, here we go. Okay, so here's my Kmart $59 battery box with a Kmart $150 80 amp hour AGM inside. I'll also have a quick look at the box. You get on-off switch, button here to see the current voltage, two Andersons on top, somewhere to screw on some lugs. I did have an issue with the negative. It wouldn't screw all the way down tight, so I just added a washer that seemed to solve that problem. You also get 12 volt, just standard cigarette lighter output, and you've also got two USB charging points here. I did test the output and I was able to pull 2 amps charging an iPad out of there. I managed to get a second Kmart AGM off Facebook. Someone bought this thinking it was a car battery. They weren't able to put it in their car, so I picked it up for 50 bucks. Not too bad. And this is the testing equipment that I'm using to measure the capacity. Just got a 5 amp shunt, ESP8266, which connects to the home Wi-Fi. I've got it sending the data to a MySQL server here, and that's an INA219, which I've connected to the shunt and just desoldered the SMD shunt off that board. And for the load, I'm using a inverter, and I just connect that to a fan. Here's the capacity test, nearly finished. It's been running all night. So far pulled out about 38 amp hours. I'll disconnect it once it hits 40 and check the voltages and look at some charts. So here's the results of my tests so far. I've done one test on each of the 80 amp hour AGMs I've got. The data goes into a database, and I've just done an extract here, dumped it into Excel, removed the tail and head, and just put together a simple chart. So the orange line is the one I picked up off Facebook, so that was connected straight onto the battery, and the blue one was through the Kmart battery box. The difference here, I think, is a bit of a voltage drop due to all the extra wiring and switch and stuff that's inside the battery box. Slightly different curve here towards the start. I think maybe the one in the battery box wasn't charged as thoroughly, so that may have also affected this difference in these two charts. This little blip at the end here is just where I knocked the wire and disconnected the load. Another point about these Kmart AGMs is to get an accurate voltage reading to determine the charge level of battery. It needs to be under load. So I'll put this table together based on a 3 amp load. I'll be running a Brass Monkey fridge which pulls around 2 to 3 amp. So I'll use this table while the compressor's running. I'll take a voltage reading straight off the battery box, not the voltage reading off the fridge itself. Because of the thin wires that run back to the battery, there's a fair bit of voltage drop. The little LCD screen on mine will show, for example, 11.5 volt, even though the battery's at a healthy 12.7 volt. 0% on this chart means that the battery's actually 50% completed, but I don't want to go past 50%, so my chart shows 0%. So overall, what these charts are showing is the batteries can comfortably deliver 40 amp hours. They're not dipping down to a ridiculously low voltage. Yeah, they seem good. My only issue with the battery are the handles. They're pretty flimsy. You can feel them bend as you carry the battery around. I wouldn't want to be using those handles very often. Put the thing in a battery box and carry the battery box instead. So overall, I think these batteries are great. I recommend them. 150 bucks, you can't get better value on a brand new AGM. You get the Kmart warranty. They'll put out 40 amp hours, no problem. I suspect they are legit 80 amp hour. I'll take these two batteries out with me next couple of camping trips, see how they go. Any issues, I'll drop a comment. Yeah, any questions about them, feel free to leave a comment. I'll respond to you.